Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another American Reacts. We are back at Bathurst, the best, you know it. And you know what? Australia does this really well. They always have these like speed comparison shootouts. They're really enjoyable and something I would think up in like a video game or something. They're really fun. And they actually do them. At the time, 2004, a modern V8 Supercar. And of course, one of the best cars ever. A late 70s Holden Torana A9X. And then, of course, a street car, brand new at the time, a 2004 Holden SS Commodore, I believe. So, yeah, I mean, that's a fast street car. We got a legendary muscle car that everyone loves. And then, of course, a modern supercar. So, this was 2004. Cameron McConneville is driving the street car. Peter Brock is driving the Torana. And Mark Scaife is driving the modern supercar. So, I like this. 3 totally different cars. A couple different eras, and of course these cars are all part of Australian car culture. So let's see them go around Bathurst. We got some legendary drivers. Let's do it.
About the way in which the sport has evolved, it also gives us some calibration to understand the difference of performance between
my guess is pretty obvious. I think the modern V8 Supercar will win based on speed and lap time.
Of those cars out there, all
but
relative to each other, it's difficult to get an understanding of performance.
I think you guys know.
So we've seen them in some practice sessions. We have an
that I would take
understanding
that
of the
to
difference of lap speed between these
Look at that
cars.
thing. It's
And
freaking
what
beautiful.
will happen here is Cam McConneville will lead them away in the SS at the drop of the Holden flag, and away he goes.
That Commodore's cool though. I like it.
Something along the way. 250
Nothing wrong with a fast,
5.7
handsome four-door sedan with
and
a
he's going to
V8.
drive the wheels off this thing and try and put something of a margin in.
There she
chases
goes.
them up the hill. Brock's away in the A9XTorana,
Yeah.
4-speed. And what a difference 25
Go Peter
years
Brock.
makes. 308 V8,
What a
380
sexy
horsepower,
frickin' car.
Fed by a carburetor. There are only 33 of these things constructed. And this
you hear that
finished
thing?
second in the Touring Car Championship of 1979, and then away
And
goes Scaife.
I
Now,
do
it's
like
about
that
a
era,
10-second
2004,
margin,
early 2000s.
McConneville to
That
Brock,
supercar's nice.
And then it's a 20-odd second
It's
margin
cool looking.
back to Scaife. And so this gives you an idea of how much of a margin Scaife has to make on this bloke. There is McConneville on his way to the cutting. Here's Brock.
Dang, that Torana's already catching the street car. How about that?
Changing gears on his way
30 years older.
Here's Mark Scaife going into the braking area. Now let's see whether we can
Spitting
establish
flames.
some chat with these gentlemen. We can see on screen there Mark Scaife. Good afternoon. Can you hear us?
I've got you, Crompo.
Well, the task is ahead here, mate. You've got cold tyres, but you've got 2004 technology under your backside. Are you going to be able to catch McConneville and Brock?
Well, I saw that 79 model A9X win by 6 laps.
Right.
Let's see if we can catch him, Crompo.
And moving further up the road, we should be able to also make communication here with Peter Brock. Good afternoon, PB.
Good afternoon, how you going?
Fantastic,
There's the
mate.
king of
Now,
the mountain.
The arm was on the windowsill this
I
time
know.
25 years ago. I don't see it up there at the moment.
No, she's wobbling around a bit.
Hey, Peter, do you remember this motor car? What was it like to drive?
Magnificent bit of machinery, no
Yeah.
doubt about that. And I'll tell you what, even by today's terms, she's a pretty sharp little bit of car to drive.
Oh,
You
yeah.
broke the lap record in this monster back in 79.
I did, indeed. And here's Cameron up ahead. Oh, he's going all right, isn't he? Come on, Pete, where are you?
You know, I always love when they interview the drivers while they're racing. I think it's pretty cool. But come on, it's the best when they interview Peter Brock. He's so entertaining. He's funny. And, you know, he's got that signature voice and, of course, the accent. He's just so fun to watch, man. Like, I missed out not being able to see this over the years. It's really cool to discover it. Better late than never. Him driving that old car, just what a sight to see, man.
And it's good afternoon to Cam
Oh, here's
McConneville.
Scaife.
I tell you what, this
Look at this.
250 kilowatt,
Ooh.
240 k's an hour through there.
That newer car is fast.
It's
I mean, look at
incredible,
its
guys, to
speed
look at
pass,
this,
like
to see
crazy.
how far we have come.
Jeez.
You know, an SS Commodore is not a slow motor car, and you're driving the wheels off this thing.
Oh, he's
Cam.
going to
You've
catch
ended
the
up
street
with,
car
you
for
know,
sure.
30-second margin
Funny,
over Mark Scaife, and he's going to be all over you.
That's
here
a
at the last
racing
corner.
version of the street car, right?
Job done.
Heavily different, though.
So Mark Scaife leads him around.
There it
Leads
is.
him up, having given 30 seconds
Supercar,
to McConneville.
then the street Commodore, and then the Torana.
Just-
Okay,
and Brock,
so
you're gonna have to live
Rocky in last in the Torana, not something you see much, right? But of course, it's just an exhibition event. And let me tell you, the Torana may have gotten last, but you and me both know you would take that Torana, and so would I. Okay? I would take that 1,000 times before I take the other 2 cars.
This car was just beautiful to drive, really.
And guys, it's really remarkable what we now do with V8.
It would be beautiful to drive. That looks like a blast. Can you imagine a beautiful day on the track at Mount Panorama, having the track closed off, you know, go as fast as you want, and taking an old Torana like that? Oh, rolling through the gears, letting that V8 scream, riding the brakes into a sharp turn. Oh, that would be a fun experience.
Preserved.
It's preserved. That's
A9X,
incredible.
exactly as Peter
That's like
in 1979,
original.
so
That
thanks to
is
the family.
freaking incredible. And that is it for the Holden speed comparison. Very cool idea. All 3 cars was fun to watch. Definitely a fun race. Quick recap. Of course, I would take the Torana. I think most of you guys would too. Tell me down below in the comments. Let's talk down there. What car would you take out of these? I will say this. I do like the older stuff better. I think I've made that clear by now. And I wish I could have been live for it. You know, even here in America and Australia, across the world, that era, you know, 60s, 70s, 80s, what a great time to be a motorsports fan. What a great time to be a gearhead, of course, with the muscle car era and things of that nature. But yeah, I do admit I'm a realist as well. Even though I would take that Torana 1,000 times over, it is impressive how far technology has come. Those new supercars, even in 2004, were extremely fast. You know, they're just flying around the track, and then they're stopping on a dime, it seems, and they're handling quite well. And I do think a lot of the newer drivers are still good. There are some very, very good drivers. They have to get some credit, too. But I still think the legendary factor, there were more kind of in-your-face, obvious legends back then. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but it certainly seems like, you know, the Dale Earnhardt, Peter Brocks, the Mark Scaife, the Dick Johnsons, the Ayrton Sennas, you know, all these drivers from decades ago. There's a whole list, you know, the list can go on, but they really had an edge that it just seems like more rare these days. And another thing is you had, you know, I still prefer the older competitions because you had a lot of variety. You had the variety in the drivers, and then, of course, you had the variety in teams, in cars, in manufacturers. It truly was a battle of a bunch of variables, and you never knew each week who was going to come out on top. Whereas nowadays, it's more of a cookie-cutter car. They're all basically the same. There's not much room in the rule book to, you know, stretch that car and make it faster than your competition. They're all pretty similar. And then it makes you wonder, you know, how much can the drivers really do? So kind of went off on a tangent there, but I appreciate you sticking around. That was the 2004 comparison. Many of you guys asked for this, so thank you for that. I love these. They're really fun. They may be goofy to some people, and I don't think they're real technical, you know. Like in this one, you know, everyone assumes that the modern V8 Supercar is going to win that. But it is fun to see them all race on the track anyway. It's just a fun mashup, you know. So yeah, let's talk in the comments. Throw a like on there if you enjoyed this as much as I did. Subscribe for more stuff like this. Support the channel down below in the description. Check it out. P.O. Box is down there as well. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. That's it at Bathurst today. Until next time, catch you later.